Hi. Now in today's class we will start with human physiology, right? We'll start with digestion and absorption in human physiology, right? So guys, when we talk about digestion, we are talking about what do we mean by, what are we talking about, right? In what regards we are talking about, right? Digestion we are talking about in relation to food, right? And food that we daily have, right? First we need to understand what is food, right? What all food consists of, right? Then only we can go ahead and look into the digestion of food, right? Once we understand what all our food consists of, right, chemically or biochemically, right, what biomolecules are there in the food that we daily take, right? Once we understand that, then only we can go ahead and look into the digestion of food, right? So we are talking about digestion of food, right? So what is food consist of? Food that we daily take is your vegetables, right? Vegetables, non-veg food like chicken, mutton, right? All these things, we know that plants, right, they consist of carbohydrates, right? Similarly other foods, right, consist of proteins, fats, right, nucleic acid, because everything is made up of cells, we know, right? So we know that cells consist of nucleic acids, right? So food consists of nucleic acid as well. So we have carbohydrates, fats, proteins, right, nucleic acid in our food, right? These are, what are these? Carbohydrates, fats, proteins. These are biomolecules, right, or biochemical molecules, right? So food has carbohydrates, right, fats, proteins, then is your nucleic acids, right? Nucleic acids, right? We need, along with these carbohydrates, fats, proteins, we also need vitamins, minerals and water in our diet, right? So we need vitamins, minerals, water, right, in our diet, right? So we know all these compounds, all these are organic compounds, right? These are organic compounds. These are organic compounds that consist of carbon, hydrogen, right? And in some cases in proteins you may see nitrogen, right? And you may see oxygen in some of the molecules, right? So these are organic compounds. To be precise, these are biomacromolecules, right? Food molecules. The food consists of complex biomacromolecules, right? So all these together we call all these together as biomacromolecules, right? Macromolecules, macro means big, right? So these are big molecules, right? Big molecules that consist of small molecules. They are made up from small molecules. That is, all these carbohydrates, fats, proteins, nucleic acids, these are made from small molecules, right? So when we talk about digestion of food, right, digestion of food simply means when our digestive system, right, digestive system that consists of digestive tract, which is a food pipe, right, food pipe that starts from the mouth and ends at the anus, right? And this digestive tract consists of various other organs like stomach, liver, large intestine, right, small intestine, duodenum, everything, right? So with the help of digestive tract, right, and all these organs that I've just named, these biomolecules, biomacromolecules, which are carbohydrate, fats, proteins, nucleic acids, they are decomposed into simple molecules, right? When I say simple molecules from which they are made up of. For example, carbohydrates are made up of monosaccharides, simple sugars, right, glucose. Similarly, fats are made up of fatty acids and glycerol. Proteins are made up of nucleic acids. Proteins are made up of amino acids, and nucleic acids are made up of nucleotides, right? So with the help of various organs in the body, right, with the help of digestive tract, we decompose these biomacromolecules or bigger molecules, complex molecules, into simpler molecules, right? This is your digestion, right? So digestion is simply it's the decomposition of complex molecules or complex biomacromolecules, complex molecules which are carbohydrate, fats, protein, nucleic acids, into simpler molecules, right? This definition applies to carbohydrate, fat, proteins, nucleic acid, right? And I said we also need vitamins, minerals, and water. Obviously we need water in our diet, right? These vitamins and minerals, they do not need to undergo any kind of decomposition, right? Why? Because these are small molecules, right? Like I said, these are bigger molecules, right? So they need to be broken down into smaller molecules, right? And these are vitamins and minerals, these are small molecules, right? So they do not need to undergo any kind of digestion, right? Now the next thing is, why we are breaking these molecules and not these, right? So these big molecules, right, which are proteins, fats, right, of animals and vegetables that we take in, right, we cannot go ahead and absorb. Our body, our bloodstream cannot go ahead and digest these bigger molecules, right, directly, right? So these bigger molecule needs to be changed into smaller molecules, right, so that they can be absorbed by our bloodstream, so that they can be absorbed by our body, right? Once they are absorbed by our body, then only they can be used to produce energy, right? That is why we say that food is required for energy, right? Now you understand that food is converted into energy, right, through the process of digestion, right? Through the process when these bigger molecules are digested into simpler molecules, they are absorbed by our cells, and inside the cells they undergo oxidation to produce energy, right? If you remember glycolysis is it's cellular oxidation, right? Cellular oxidation of glucose, where glucose molecules getting converted into glucose molecule is producing your energy molecules, ATP molecules, adenosine triphosphate, right? And we know that ATP is the source of energy. ATP is the storehouse of energy, right? And for the same reason, since vitamins, minerals are simple molecules, they are small molecules, so they do not need to be broken down into anything simpler, right? They do not need to be broken down into simple molecules. They can be directly absorbed by our cells and our body, right? So it doesn't need to be digested. I'll just mention here vitamins and minerals are small molecules right, and do not require any and do not require any digestion or decomposition, right, and can be absorbed by our body as it is, right. So now let's look more into it. Carbohydrates are broken down, carbohydrates are decomposed into monosaccharides, right. Fats are broken down into fatty acids, right. Then you have proteins. Fats are made from fatty acids and glycerol, right, and proteins are decomposed into your amino acids, because we know that proteins consist of amino acids, right, that are arranged in some sequence, right. You have done all these in biomolecules, amino acids. Similarly, you have nucleic acids. Nucleic acids would be digested or broken down into nucleotides, right. So all these monosaccharides, fatty acids, amino acids, nucleic acid, all these are your simple molecules, right, that can be absorbed, right, by cells, by our body cells, right. So once these are absorbed in the body cells, they will undergo, once they are absorbed, they will undergo oxidation to produce energy, right. And we know that is why we say that food we need, that is why we say that food is required to produce energy, right. This is a simple overview which you need to be clear with once you go ahead and deal with all these things in detail, because we would be doing everything in detail, how the food travels through the various organs, and how it interacts with the various organs, and how various organs like stomach, right, liver, and your small intestine, large intestine helps to decompose these biomacromolecules into simple molecules, right, before they get finally absorbed into our system, right. So now one small thing that we need to understand from here is that what is nutrition, right. What do you understand by nutrition? Nutrition is nothing but, nutrition is taking in food, right, the food that you take in, right, to maintain your life, to maintain your body, right, and to get energy that we need for our daily tasks is your nutrition, right. So depending on the type of nutrition, because every living being, whether plant or animal, needs nutrition, right. So nutrition is the procurement of substances, right, necessary for growth, maintenance and activities, right. So we need food, right. Nutrition is nothing but taken in food to maintain our life, for sustenance, maintenance, repair, right, of our body, right. This is your nutrition. So nutrition is simple definition. Nutrition is procurement, that is taking in procurement of substances. These substances are what? Food, right? For right, nutrition is procurement of substances for growth, like we discussed earlier, for growth, maintenance and survival of human body. That's what it means, right? Or growth, maintenance and activities of living organisms, right? This is your definition of nutrition, right? And how you derive, it says nutrition is for the activities of living organisms, that is our daily activities, right? Like we are working, so we need energy. From where we get energy? We get energy from food. How do we get energy? Food by our digestive tract is broken down into simple molecules, and these simple molecules are then absorbed by our cells. Inside the cell, they undergo cellular oxidation to produce energy, right? And related to this, you have done in previous chapters, if any of you is aware of cellular oxidation, where you have glycolysis, right? Where we get energy, where we using glycolysis, through the process of glycolysis we make ATP molecules, right? Which is the storehouse of energy, right? And then you have something known as citric acid cycle. Right? This is a different chapter that is not included in digestion and absorption, right? So this is a nutrition. Now nutrition, I said that every living organism need nutrition. Whether it's and what are living organisms? Living organisms are plants and animals, right? Plants, they also need nutrition, right? And animals like us, we also need nutrition, right? So nutrition, depending on nutrition, now nutrition in plants, right, is done automatically, right? Because one thing we know, that sun is the ultimate source of any kind of energy on earth, right? So these plants, right, we know that plants undergo a process known as photosynthesis to make food, right? So what plants will do, since plants can directly absorb sunlight, right, and they can absorb sunlight, so in the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll, right, plants will convert atmospheric CO2 and water into sugars, right, into carbohydrates, right? So these plants contain carbohydrates, right? So they are automatically making their food. Carbohydrate is nothing but food, right? We also ingest carbohydrates, right, as I discussed. So plants make their own carbohydrates, right, through the process of photosynthesis, wherein they convert inorganic molecules, right, into complex organic molecules like carbohydrates, right, in the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll, right? So nutrition is of two types. Nutrition is autotrophic and heterotrophic. Autotrophic is like plants, right? Plants, since sunlight, I said, is the ultimate source of energy, so they can absorb sunlight, right, to make their food, right, from inorganic molecules like carbon dioxide and water, right, they will form carbohydrates, right? And heterotrophic like us, right, animals and us, we cannot absorb light, we cannot go ahead and absorb sunlight and make carbohydrates into our body, right? This is not possible for us. That is why we need to eat food, right? We need to eat carbohydrates, right, to get energy. But these plants, right, like we know that we have never seen plants eating food, right, because they can automatically make their food through this process. That is why we call them as autotrophic, right? Auto is automatically. This tropic is taken from a word trophe, which means nutrition, right? So they are automatically getting their nutrition with the help of sunlight. But we cannot go ahead and do this automatic nutrition with the help of sunlight, because we cannot go ahead and absorb sunlight to make carbohydrates. So we directly or indirectly we depend on plants, right, and other living beings like animals for our energy, right, for the purpose of carbohydrate, fats, proteins, right. We directly or indirectly depends on plants and other animals, right. So this is the heterotrophic mode of nutrition, right. So organic compounds synthesized in plants, right, form the final source of energy for animals, right, because what we do is we eat vegetables, right, and vegetables make carbohydrates that is contained in them, and we eat vegetables, right, and we derive energy, right, from the vegetables that we take in as our food, right, because we eat food to make energy, right. And how do we make energy? Because these plants, they contain carbohydrates, right, that can be decomposed by our body to make energy, right. That is why we say we depend on these plants directly or indirectly to make or to produce energy. They are our food actually, right. So this is your heterotrophic nutrition, right. Now heterotrophic nutrition can be of two types: Holozoic nutrition, and the second is your saprozoic nutrition, right. Holozoic nutrition is what I just told you. Holozoic nutrition, this can be again of two types. One is your Holozoic nutrition and the other is your saprozoic nutrition. Holozoic nutrition is like we take in food, we ingest food, right, then we digest it, right, then we absorb it, assimilate it, then the waste material that gets thrown out of our body, we call it as egestion, right. So in Holozoic mode of nutrition, we have ingestion, digestion, absorption, right, assimilation. Assimilation is when this step, oxidation to produce energy, when we use once they are broken down into simple molecules, they are absorbed by our body. Once it is absorbed by our body, right, by our cells, it is assimilated, that is, it is used to make energy through the oxidation, right, through the oxidation of simple molecules like carbohydrates, right. So utilization of absorbed molecules by the body to provide energy, right, that can be incorporated in the body. This is assimilation. Then is your egestion. Egestion is your defecation, when the body eliminates the waste product or the food residue, right, out of the body through anus, right, that is your egestion. Then the other type of heterotrophic mode of nutrition is saprozoic. Saprozoic mode of nutrition is when some organisms, right, depend on decaying organic matter, right. We also depend on organic substances, but what we do is we take these plants, right, in full, or animals, we don't take decaying matter, organic decaying matter, like a dead plant, right, or a dead animal. They are decaying, they are called as decaying compounds, right. So your saprozoic nutrition, right, there are some organisms that drive energy from decaying organic matter, right? They drive or they thrive on decaying organic materials of plants or animal origin, right? So then how do they absorb this decaying organic matter? These organisms also, like, when we go through this digestive system, digestion in detail, we see that we produce some enzymes, right, that help in these biochemical reactions. There are some enzymes which are like catalysts in chemical reactions. They help to make monosaccharides from carbohydrate, fatty acids from fat, similarly amino acids from proteins. So these enzymes, which are catalysts, they catalyze these reactions where bigger molecules are broken down into smaller molecules. Similarly, in saprozoic mode of nutrition, what happens is, in saprozoic mode of nutrition, these organisms, they produce these enzymes, and these enzymes will hydrolyze this decaying organic matter into simpler molecules like this, right? So basically what they are also doing, they are converting complex molecules into simpler ones, right? Similarly, with the help of enzymes, right? So saprozoic mode of nutrition, wherein these organisms that depend on decaying organic matter, like decaying plants or animals, what they do is they produce these enzymes that help to convert these bigger molecules, right, which are in this case comes from these decaying organic matter, decaying or dead animals and plants, and they convert it into simpler ones that can be absorbed by them, right? Same as here, right? So nutrition is clear. Nutrition is autotrophic. Autotrophic is plants comes under this category. They make organic compounds, carbohydrates, right, through which we derive energy, because we eat these plants, right, to derive energy. So this is your autotrophic, who can automatically absorb sunlight, but we cannot automatically absorb sunlight to make energy, right, or to make carbohydrates, right, which further will produce energy. So what we do is we take in these autotrophic plants, right, that make their food automatically, and we derive energy from these autotrophic plants. And heterotrophic mode of heterotrophic like us. So heterotrophic mode of nutrition can be Halozoic or Saprozoic. Halozoic through Halozoic is what we do is we ingest the food. When we ingest the food, what we do is your mastication. When we ingest the food, take in the food, we break these food particles into smaller one, which is known as mastication, right? Once it's masticated, we swallow it, right? We swallow the food once it's masticated, right? Masticated is it's broken down into smaller pieces, right? Once it's masticated, we swallow the food, right? Swallowing the food is deglutination, right? We'll do this in detail in another video lecture. That is deglutination. Once it's swallowed, it will undergo digestion to change into simpler molecules. After that, those simpler molecules would be absorbed by the body cells, right? Once they are absorbed by the body cells, they will undergo oxidation to produce energy, and the waste material or the undigested food, right? Undigested food or the food residue would be thrown out of the body through NS, which is known as egestion, right? And Saprozoic mode of nutrition is the organisms that depend on decaying organic matter, right? Decaying plants and animals, they will produce their enzymes to convert them into simple molecules, right, which can be absorbed by them, right? So I hope till this point it is clear, right? We'll just look into another video lecture more into what is digestive system, right? So I hope this is clear. Thanks.